increase is going to be worth your while to get that upgrade and benefit by having that higher lifetime income. So, when it comes to income focused annuities, especially those that were purchased maybe 5 years ago, it's a fact that they may not deliver the guaranteed income that today's annuities can provide. So, switching could mean more secure income every month, which means ultimately more peace of mind, which is why mainly people purchase these types of annuities.
Yeah, and when we get into these annuities, we also consider the different types that are there. So we look at lifetime income. Is there a way to improve that when we look at that comparison? We also look at the growth, right? We can also use annuities for safe market growth. And when we're considering that, we talk about that growth focused index annuity. Older index annuities often do have lower caps and participation rates than what's out today. Um, Jeremiah, can you explain what that means for an annuity owner?
Yeah. So if you have a growth focused annuity, typically a fixed indexed annuity, you could even have an older variable annuity. And what's normal inside of those contracts in regards to how that contract earns interest is based on the performance of an underlying market linked index and the crediting rates of how that index performs. So, in other words, if you're in, let's say, an S&P 500 strategy that has a cap, back then, if you bought an annuity within the last 3 to 5 or more years, the caps normally associated with contracts in that time frame would be significantly lower. So an example would be a contract having, let's say, a 5% cap. So whatever the S&P does year to year, you can only earn up to 5%. But today we're seeing cap rates significantly higher, and actually double that amount. So, if you're in an older contract that was more designed for growth, there's no doubt that you can get better deals today, given the fact that we're in a higher interest rate environment, which then correlates to higher annuity rates inside of these vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about real life scenarios that we've seen, I know I'm working on one right now. Just as a baseline example, um, the S&P on her policy that she had purchased from 2021, S&P cap rate for a 1 year is 3.5%, and we're seeing that even higher now, right? So at no additional cost, maybe that same index is somewhere around 7 to 8, even higher, 7 to 8% or more.